Hey guys, so it's me again, Tony Lim. So I would like to actually make a short video today on this 8th of this 4th of August to actually update you a little bit about what is actually had happened for today in FKLI market. So I do believe that all of you have seen today actually the stock market for the FBM KLCI have actually gone up. And let me show you a little bit on that before I'm going to start. Okay, this is actually the FBM KLCI. Okay, so all right, so let me extract a little bit of information from my slide, which is going to present on July. But beforehand, maybe I just abstract some information to present to you. Well, let me introduce a little bit my website to you first before I actually going on. And this is actually my website, www.tonylimst.com. If you're interested to find more information about me, you can go to this website and. That is more tabs from here that you can actually click on. That is financial calculation. Is free for you to use. Well, this is my Facebook, tonylim@gmail.com. If you're interested to ask me questions regarding for stock investing, you feel free to actually add me as friend. So to update about what actually happens, everyday daily life, during the stock market perspective. So I will actually make some updates. Sometimes, if let's say I got a free time to do some recording on a video, I will actually definitely do it for you guys. So this is actually a YouTube channel that you can actually take a look. And in this YouTube channel, actually, I've shared a little bit and of about stock investing, and it's free for you to actually learn. There is many videos from there. It's actually for be it you're newbies or if you're advanced stock investor, you actually will be invited to take a look on this YouTube channel because it's really very I can say informative for you to actually learn. Okay, you just go to YouTube key WCD White Training and you can find the information. Well, so a little bit of myself, actually my just make a quick presentation. This is me. So in short, actually I published two books, which is the Powerful Value Investing Formula, Building My Own Cash Machine Through Stock Investment. And I'm actually in stock investing about 11 years and I'm trading about 8 years. And this is my book, which is in popular itself. So this is about me a little bit. All right, so without wasting any time, let me straightforward going into the presentation. But beforehand, as usual, I'm going to show you some of the disclaimer. And later I will touch a lot of this, be it is equities, commodity, forex, and property or anything. Then if you're interested to purchase or buy, please go to your nearest representative, which is look for professional advice. Well, so let's begin. Okay, so I would like to show you some of this analysis which I have done. Okay, so what happened is that we can see from this, I'm actually I wrote it into Mandarin because my upcoming August presentations is actually in Mandarin. But don't worry for that, this is, I would like to cater for both, be it you are actually English educated or you just know how to read a Mandarin, that is fine. And you can actually read it. And this is actually a foreign investor information and statistic. And we can see from here, the red color represent the statistic from foreign investor. For the past 8 days, that we can see that the foreign investor have been dropping to 56.8 million. We can see from here. But before that, it's on 2nd of August. Actually, it's already started to depreciating the volume itself. But we can see from the 1st of August, actually spiked to 160 millions, and suddenly it actually dropped so much. And we can take a look from here. And if we look at into a monthly basis, then we can see that the foreign investor from this June to July to August actually is depreciating. So what does it tell us? It tells us that actually indicating about all the foreign investors is start to actually um, flow up their cash for their investment in Malaysia, okay, to maybe other regions, perhaps in other Asian markets. So this is actually one of these information that we really must very careful on that and take a look what is actually happening, and we can see what is to forecast that what is the upcoming KLCI, uh, the so-called the direction itself, the market trend. Okay, so from here we can take a look, which is this is Malaysia FKLI. As we can see, this I have drawn two line, which is moving average 200 and moving average 50. is separately represented for different meanings. So from here, we can take a look at this. I have drawn for a few indicative of the line. So as you can see that the 1640 is actually the line for support level. And 1675 points is actually represented for this resistance. So what does it mean? It means that we are actually currently moving in this we call range market. Okay, range market. As you can see, we are above this 50 moving average, which is a red line, and it's below 200. So it doesn't mean that we actually in the bull market at this moment, but no matter how, we are not either in the downtrend market actually. So what do we need to do in such market situations that is separated into two elements or two actions that we should be taken? If we add this FBMKLCI that we will trade for FKLI, then what should we do is actually we have to go for the short-term trading basis, and we have to really very careful. And once it actually touches for 1640 and it start to rebound, and we can be advisable to go up, to go for a long trade instead of a short trade. And as long as it touches the 200 moving average or is moving above the moving average, then we should be very careful on 1675. Then if it touches for 200, that it might be having a technical retracement that will be around we so-called like 1660 and above. Okay, so if today we take a look at the overall FKI, if it's moved below 1640, and high chance that we can see it might moving even downward to 1610, and this is we really must be very careful if it's really moved below 1640. Okay, so all right, so let's take a look for the short term. In a short term basis, we can see from here the FKLR, we have actually break up for the resistance point already, and we're hitting to 1653. And as long when the time I actually catch this sprint screen for the FKLI, we are located at 1651. And most probably that we can see that the 1653 will be one of the resistance that we really must pay attention to, and the 1655 will be the second one. So in short, we can see that the overall market trend is still in the ranging market instead of moving up or down. Okay, so this is actually a short presentation about the trend itself. So what about these sectors? For which sectors that actually in Malaysia current markets that we can pay attention to? So I would like to actually choose to present for the property sectors. Why? Because as we know that the OPR, the overnight policy rate, have been cut to 25 basis point to 3%, and there's abundance of banks has started to reduce their best rating rate and best rate. And we can see that currently a lot of property sectors or property developers is start to in their listed company is start to performing well, and even in their company, their property they are selling is start to have some demands coming in. And from here itself, we can say that in the upcoming, we might have a lot of opportunity that we can really focus on in a short-term basis right now until December for year end is for property sectors. And from here, we can see once the just after the OPR actually announced for the cut rate, right? There's a spike from here, and it's going for so-called adjustment, a little bit of adjustment, and start to come back again. So from here, we can see that the overall the sector for property start to move up above the 50 moving average and above the 200s, and likelihood we can see that it might be moving even higher to 1,171 to 1,187. This will be the upcoming step we can actually will be seeing. So from here itself, what is the what kind of stocks that actually we can pay attention to, and I will be sharing in the upcoming stock sharing section is these two stocks, and perhaps that I can touch a little bit on this, and you can actually take a look beforehand. And this actually is UEM Sunrise, this first stock that you can pay attention to, because as we know that after the OPR cut rate, and another issue is the high-speed railway for HHR is connected from KL, the Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. It has signed already for this contract, as the agreement. So from here itself, one of this company that will be benefit this along this HSR track site for the left and right, perhaps the properties along this HSR trackway, and we can see that the property price itself it will actually will increase, and a lot of people might more inclined or willing to purchase the property along that MRT track, which is HSR. And one of the developers actually is doing quite well in Kota Iskandar, or we call it Iskandar Putri area, the CVM Sunrise, which is the number is 5148. And you can see from here, I always share in my stock sharing section and in my video that the RSI itself is start to move up from above 50 as heading to 70, and the stochastic is actually close to 20. So from here, what is this? What does it going to tell us is that this stock is start to move up already, and you can see this above 50 and 200 right now. So in my own analysis, that we can see this stock currently is tested for the resistance point. Perhaps I can draw down. Okay, this is actually a support for $1, 1 ringgit. Okay, and it tested for 1 ringgit and 15 cent. So if it actually gone down along this area, then it start to go down for this area, roughly about 1 ringgit or even 80 cents, or 1 ringgit or 5 cents, 1 ringgit or 10 cents even, or the current price even, it's very good for us to actually can start to buy some of this stock, because in futures they have a lot of potentials for them to go up. And we can see from here that this stock itself, it's got potential to go on to this $1, 1 ringgit and 30 cent for as a resistance, and the highest point it will be tested will be 1.37. Okay, this is actually for UEM. And how about this another one that I would like to highlight to you that you can take a look, which is the WCT. Okay, WCT will be another as well, the stock that will be benefited along this HHR. Even currently they won a lot of this contract or projects, okay, from building along this HHR high-speed railway. So currently the price is not so attractive. We can see it's nearly about 1 ringgit 50 over cents. But in the futures, where if we go up, then we have to take a look for the past 2 years. Okay, so from here we can see that it's about 2 ringgit and 50 cents for previous price. And right now, it's actually nearly for about 1 ringgit and 50 cents. So perhaps that we have likelihood chance for them to go out a little bit to 1 ringgit and 70 cents, or even nearly to another resistant testers will be nearby to this area for 160. Okay, 1 ringgit 60 cent. So well, this actually a little bit of sharing, and if you're interested to find more information, the upcomings I will having an online webinar sharing to share about the upcoming trend, or in sometime we have a stock sharing sections, and you can actually join, which is free. I can share with you on the informations a little bit on how are we going to invest in stock market, and what kind of strategies that we can apply in the different market zoning. Okay, so this is my sharing today, and I hope this will bring some value to you and will benefit to you. And if you have any question, please feel free to drop me on my Facebook, or even go to my website www.tonylimsd.com, just now I mentioned, to go to a question. Just send me any question, then if I available, then I will reply your question. All right, thank you, and see you again. Bye.